Hey, how's everybody doing? Good, I hope. I'm doing all right. I'm gonna do some more cooking for you. And I finally got my anchovies that I was whining about last week. So what I'm gonna be making is spaghettini puttanesca, which basically translates to, well, puttana means whore in Italian, and which is the origins of this dish does actually have to do with prostitution. I've heard different variations of it. I think starts off it's goes back to like Naples a couple hundred years ago maybe. I don't know exactly how long. I didn't really research the timeline or anything, but what it was is they would have whorehouses or brothels, and underneath that there'd be like a saloon. And what they would serve is usually for travelers, people passing through. And what they would do is they would get, they'd be hungry and they would offer them this particular dish. I don't know if it would be the exact same variation of modern puttanesca. I don't, again, I didn't really research the whole history of it. And so it's a salty dish, and what that would do is get people drinking. Now bear in mind, the saloon is underneath the whorehouse usually, or it's in the same building. And they would eat it. Stand a bit. They would eat it, and it would get them. It would be salty. It would get them drinking, and when you drink, you lose your inhibitions. So, oh, I'm just passing through town. No one will ever know I've had a few drinks. I'm getting a little frisky feeling. So, why not? And that's how they would profit, because it's not a very expensive dish to make by any means. It's just very basic, simple ingredients. Probably wouldn't be a very long video, to be honest, but I really do like this dish. Sorry, I keep looking back. I don't want to my pasta, which I think it's done. But I just really enjoy this dish. It's simple, and it's inexpensive, and it tastes good. Pasta a little al dente, but that's okay. So I got some olive oil heating up here on a medium heat. I don't want to go too high because I don't want the stuff that I put in it to burn or to overcook or get too dark. So let's get started here. So basically all I need here is I got my anchovies, as I mentioned, some black Kalamata olives, some capers, and I got some garlic and onions in here that I'm going to use. Normally I would use fresh tomatoes and chop it up into like concasse or something and then toss it all in, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm using what I have in the cupboard, which is canned tomatoes, whole tomatoes, but I'm gonna drain them and chop them up. So I'm gonna let these are gonna keep cooking in their own heat. So I'm gonna just put this here. I'm going to get these tomatoes open. Let's keep it not too high or not too low. I want it to stay hot, but I don't want it to be too hot. Actually, I'll turn up just a bit. So, got my tomatoes. In here. And I'll just let those drain because I don't want all that juice in there, but I can use the juice for something else later on. That out of the way. Just, could have used a bigger strainer. You know what? I will. Much larger colander. Quite a bit larger than I need, but that's okay. Wipe here. Alright, so got this tomato sauce on my nose. So first thing I'm going to do is get the onions and the garlic in there. You don't really need that. You don't need to add salt to this dish because the capers and the olives and the anchovies are all salty as it is. So definitely don't want to add any more. Some olive, some garlic here. My usual thing, crush the garlic. Crush the garlic with the knife. 1, 2. One more. I'm sure that's plenty. Just a quick little once over. A few onion pieces in here from the other day. Julienne onion in there. And I can add a little bit more because that's not very much. Go peel that. That chop. This can go in the jar. I don't need it. This out of my way. Puttanesca, I don't know if it generally gets onions in it. I like to put onions in it, but a little bit more heat. Open up my Kalamata olives. I don't know why I shook it. Fresh new jar. Hit them. I like Kalamata olives quite a bit, so I'm going to eat one. Love them. So good. So much flavor. Don't go too crazy. It should be good for now. You can always add a little bit more. So, give it a toss. Let it sweat out some of that flavor. It's already smelling really good. So take my olives, give them a little slice. Sharpen my knife. Let's see how my tomatoes are doing. Oh yeah, they're draining nicely. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Those over there. Capers. Just a handle spoon. It's in such a narrow little jar. So most of the capers are pretty small, so you don't have to cut them up. And a little bit more. Get those going. There we go. Sizzle. That's how we're looking right now. And now, this white. Bring over my tomatoes. Drained. Like I said, I prefer it with fresh tomatoes, but this is what I got to work with today. And they'll still work. I don't know if I need the whole can, but it's squeeze out some of that extra juice. Save that for soup or something. Wait for a minute. Back on the heat. This is a very easy dish to make. A spoon. Probably add a little bit more oil to that. This out of the way. Check my pasta. Alright. And my anchovies. Could have put the anchovies in sooner, but I didn't want to. I didn't want them to get all hard and dried up. These are slippery. I want to cut myself on the can. That'll do. As long as I can get them out. But, anchovies. I like anchovies actually. I like them. I don't order them on pizza per se, but I do like them on pizza. The reason I don't order them on pizza is because usually I'm having the pizza with other people and most people don't like them, but I like them. Pizza, I like this. I don't even mind to eat a little one here and there, but they're very salty. I wouldn't eat the whole can. Probably not putting the whole can in there though. It's not a very big can, so there's plenty. Let's finish it off. Last one out. Thinking I might add a little more tomato to this, since I'm not the only one eating it. So I'll get the rest of these in there. Toss. It's not the most brightly colored meal, but it's tasty. I will give it that. A little bit more oil, and that's basically it. I'm going to give the sauce a little bit of a taste, but guess I'm not using that spoon, or I'll just wash it. Let's give it a go. Tasted exactly how I hoped it would. So actually I'm going to give just a bit of pepper. Toss. Let's see. You know what? There's only a few tomatoes left. I'm going to just throw the rest of them in there. Squeeze that extra juice out like we did before. I'm talking loud enough today. I haven't had any beers today, so I'm a little quieter. these heat up. Step off the camera for a second because I gotta blow my nose. What the hell are we doing? Come on, it's not time yet. And I'm back. Wash my hands. Okay, so let's stir. Bill, where'd you go? Yeah, let me see. I thought she was going to come in the kitchen and say hi. Toss. Try it one more time. If I was cooking for guests, I wouldn't have used the same spoon, just so you know. It is safe to eat at my house. I don't double dip. That did come out really good. I get my pasta. I made a little bit too much pasta, so I might be having pasta for lunch tomorrow. It's weird. Anytime I'm in here just cooking, the dog's right here. When I'm cooking on camera, she doesn't show up. It's strange. I'll add my pasta into here, just like that. I would have just dumped it, but I made a little too much, so it's going to make a mess otherwise. And how are we looking for time? Let's see, I think we're doing pretty good. 17, okay. About where I expected to be. Toss. Trying not to get it all over the place. And that's how it's looking. Let's get this into a bowl. Sprinkle on some Parmesan and see how it came out. See if I can find the Parmesan I'm looking for. It's almost here. La la la, I'm still here. That's what happens when I don't pull this stuff out ahead of time. But I got this Parmesan instead. It's not as good, but it'll do. One more quick. Okay. And it's possible I ate it, but this'll do. Toss. Grab my bowl. This is gluten-free pasta, so it's a little bit more brittle, but that's okay. It's more for Tracy. She can't have gluten, so otherwise I would twist it, but it just kind of breaks off anyway. A little bit more. There. Sprinkle of Parmesan. It would look nice with the shaved stuff, but I think I must have eaten it all, or or it's behind something in the fridge, but that's okay. It's only for me, but I was looking for the shaved parm.
Oh, where the salad dressing is.
Where the salad? Okay. Well then, there we go. Aha. Okay. Tracy to the rescue. There's my parm. Well, this bowl's gonna be a little cheesier, but that's okay. But anyway, that's what it is. It's clickbait. But yeah, so it's just basically very simple, very easy to make. Whatever pasta you want to use, you don't have to use spaghetti. So you can use anything you want. I prefer with spaghetti. It's also good if you use like penne or fusilli. But all it is yeah, it's olive oil, capers, Kalamata olives, anchovies, and garlic, and I added to the onions. Like I said, I'm not sure if that actually goes in the dish normally, but I like it with onions, so I made it with onions. And then just topped it off with the Parmesan cheese. So I'm going to give this one quick taste before I run out of time. One taste with the pasta, I mean. It's very good. That's why also everything's salty, so you notice I didn't add any extra salt, but I mentioned that earlier in the video anyway, because otherwise it's going to be overpowering with salt, and it's not going to taste good at all. But there you have it, Puttanesca. So if you want to give it a try, see how it comes out, and enjoy it, because it is a good dish. And that's all I'm going to say, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.